Hello, Commanders fans. Today we have some hot news that you can't miss. So get ready, because there's a lot of important information coming. Before we start, we'd like to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and stay up to date with all the news about our Washington Commanders. Don't forget to leave a like, which really strengthens our community and helps bring this content to the most passionate fans of the team. Now, without further ado, let's get straight to today's news. The Commanders have generational talent in linebacker Bobby Wagner. Washington Commanders linebacker Bobby Wagner is entering his second season in the nation's capital, but his 14th in the NFL. Since 2012, Wagner has built a Hall of Fame-worthy career, cementing his legacy as one of the best linebackers to ever step foot on a football field.nfl.com. Writer Eric Edholm says, Wagner has the best draft value of the millennium among linebackers. Wagner is the best among generational linebackers. Wagner earned a starting spot right away as a rookie, finishing second in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting behind Luke Kuechly, and has been on a roll since then. Edholm wrote, he would go on to start the next decade in Seattle, and, after a year with the Rams, play another season with the Hawks in 2023, earning 9 Pro Bowl invites, 6 first-team All-Pro nods, and 3 second-team All-Pro nods during his tenure with the team. He was a key part of the Seahawks mini-dynasty in the 2010s, and earned a spot on the league's all-decade roster. He continues to perform at a high level with the Commanders, and his productive tenure in Los Angeles shouldn't be overlooked. Wagner was named to the Pro Bowl again in Washington last year and earned additional second-team All-Pro nods in each of his seasons away from Seattle. You can't have a draft pick list without Wagner on it. Wagner has been consistent and continues to make an impact even in his 30s. That was evident in the Commanders' run to the NFC title last season. Wagner may not have played at his peak, but his value on and off the field made him a key member of the Commanders. Commanders pinpoint perfect landing spot for Steelers standout as training camp approaches. The The Commanders are one of many teams dealing with a key player who is waiting to be signed to a new contract. While they are trying to fix their own situation, they have been ruled out as a potential landing spot for another disgruntled high-end talent. Coming off a season in which he threw for 1,096 yards and a career-high 13 touchdowns, Terry McLaurin is looking to sign a new deal with the Commanders. He is currently in the final year of his contract and is looking for some sort of long-term commitment with Washington. While the franchise is confident they can work things out with the star wide receiver, recent updates suggest that both parties are still far apart in negotiations. In the NFL, another team facing a similar situation is the Pittsburgh Steelers. In an attempt to compete in 2025, they are at odds with star linebacker T.J. Watt. He is also set to become a free agent at the end of this season. In a recent column for Fox Sports, David Hellman dismissed potential signing opportunities for players who are awaiting new contracts. In discussing Watt, the Commanders were seen as a team that should pursue him if he becomes available. If Washington were to trade Terry McLaurin, they would be creating financial wiggle room to add another lucrative player, Hellman wrote. They could get at least 2, if not 3 years out of Watt before worrying about re-signing Jaden Daniels. They definitely need the pass rush help. Watt would give Dan Quinn a top-tier player, which he really doesn't have right now in these Commanders' defense. Adding him to a pass rush that currently includes Frankie Louvu, Dorrance Armstrong, Dietrich Wise, and Clelin Ferrell would elevate Washington's pass rush from so-so to downright dangerous. Watt, a 4-time All-Pro and former Defensive Player of the Year, is one of the NFL's best pass rushers. Signing a player of his caliber would drastically improve Washington's potential for a spot in the NFC. Signing Watt could also help bolster The Commanders' ground defense, something they're looking to improve in 2025. Considering he's still a high-impact player in the league, it's unlikely the Steelers will part ways with Watt this year. That said, it's still a situation worth monitoring. For a team like Washington, Commanders expected to sign $49 million free agent to fill WR3 void. As the Washington Commanders and NFL All-Pro wide receiver Terry McLaurin haggle over his new contract extension. We all have to play a fun game of speculation about where McLaurin might end up if things completely fall apart. The Chargers, the Steelers, the Cardinals. Logic tells us there's a 99.9% certainty he'll stay put. The Commanders only think they can win the Super Bowl in 2025 because McLaurin and quarterback Jaden Daniels were one game away from getting them there in 2024. The fact that they did it with a bad news Bears-style offense only lends more credibility to them being even better together in year 2. Fact: the Commanders don't make the Super Bowl or even come close without McLaurin on the roster. That's not to mention the risk of upsetting Daniels so early in his career by taking away his favorite target, or the risk of stunting the quarterback's development in his second year in any way. So assuming McLaurin does eventually sign, it's safe to say the Commanders did a great job improving the wide receiver position this season. Not only did they secure McLaurin, we believe, but they also traded for NFL All-Pro wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Like almost every team in the NFL, even contenders, the real details come down to the WR3 position. That's where the Commanders could make a big leap if they're willing to go the extra mile and sign free agent Tyler Boyd. Boyd could be a major upgrade at WR3. The Commanders currently have Noah Brown slated to be their WR3 after he signed a one-year, $3.25 million contract on March 13th. A deal not even big enough to warrant him making the 53-man roster. Brown, the hero of Hale, Maryland's win over the Chicago Bears last year, is also recovering from a serious injury after missing the final 6 regular season games and 3 playoff games with a core injury. Boyd will play in 2024 with the Tennessee Titans on a one-year, $2.4 million contract, and finished the season with 39 receptions for 390 yards, a season in which he failed to score a touchdown for the first time in his 9-year career. Boyd spent his first 8 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, where he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2018 and 2019.